Hello everybody, Shadow SP here, and we are back with more Yggdra. It's almost the end of me being able to say that. So let's make the best of it as we go ahead and move on to the Great Temple. The war strategist for New Bronchia left the world by his own hand at Machina Bridge, only to reappear in the ruined land of Lost Ares. This was the man who emerged as the master of Killia's soul, directing her to attack Yggdra, who was weary from the war against Volcasa. His name, Nessia, the fallen angel. The former heavenly host had vowed revenge upon the gods, waiting patiently in the great temple. After liberating Killia's soul, the royal army proceeded towards that great temple to stop Nessia from causing Ragnarok, the war against the gods. Alright. Let's do this thing. Finished already? Good timing. I'm finished here, too. I don't see the girl, so I'll assume she's dead. Again. Why, you! Don't think you're gonna get away with this! Millinor. Any moment now, we'll pass through the Heaven's Gate. After which, naturally, we'll be in heaven. I've waited so long for this moment. What seemed like an eternity. For revenge against the gods? Ah, did the girl tell you? She was not mistaken. Deep within this island lies my true body. I was sealed by the gods, abhorred as a fallen angel. They wrapped me in the chains of conviction. To sever those chains, I require the Holy Sword. It's grown very powerful. You did a good job of raising it. I have the royal family to thank for that. Raise? What do you mean? You still think that justice lies with the Holy Sword? Foolish girl. I was the one who gave that sword to the royal family. What? This blade has taken many lives in the name of justice. All the rage, hatred, and suffering born from war. The Holy Sword has absorbed it all, through the years. I couldn't always count on chaotic times, of course. There were several irritating kings who promoted peace. But it was never hard to spark new conflicts each time. Then, all the wars throughout history were your doing? I've become quite a conductor. Everything went so smoothly. That girl's death has charged the last of the sword's power. You put Killia and us through this, just for that? Just? I've spent my life working for this. Hundreds of years. I suppose I shouldn't expect humans to understand that. Anyway, as I said, I am that sword's rightful owner. It's time you gave me back the Grand Centurion. If I say no? You're a brave one, Queen. But I didn't put in all this effort to stop now. The Holy Sword is the last vital element of my plan. In that case, I refuse. I'm sorry, what was that? I have a responsibility to the people of the world. What you have done, what you plan to do, it runs counter to those responsibilities. As sovereign, I have a duty to stop you. I thought this might happen. So be it, foolish humans. Go, Astarte, my warriors of Hades. Keep them occupied. You will return this island to its place beneath the sea. It doesn't belong there. but rather in heaven. Through the holy sword, I have heard the cries of humans. All that hatred and suffering has sustained me this long. Thus nourished, my vengeance can finally begin. I'll ask again, Yggdra. Give me the holy sword. That's not asking, that's demanding. Alright, we get 3 units. One of them is Nietzsche. One of them is Roswell. One of them is Durant. Let's go. We gotta bring Durant. He's a Dragon Knight. Why would we not bring a Dragon Knight? That's so it's too cool. So we're just gonna go ahead and let's recover some morale on Yggdra. Let's recover some morale on Millinor. Yeah, we're using items that you know, otherwise look somewhat useful, but I don't care. Don't need them. We don't need them. Don't need them at all. Recover some morale on Durant. Yeah, let's use a really good item. Recover some morale on Nietzsche. Sure, we'll use this dud. Yeah. Again, we're not collecting here. We're just using items when we want to, so we can progress through the game. Because again, we don't care about completion. We're just trying to win. All right, so we have our final team: Yggdra, Millinor, Durant, Dragon Knight Durant, Nietzsche, and Roswell. Roswell, I believe, is the one. Roswell doesn't have an equipment, so we're gonna go ahead and look for a way to raise his tech. Got the Maiden's Tear, which gives you a one-time revival, which is kind of cool. Not important, kind of cool. Yeah, all right. We'll go with we'll use the Southern Cross. There's no better time to use it than right now. All right. So Nietzsche still has the Gungnir, which is great. So we'll be able to use that to good effect here. Durant is a Dragon Knight with 6 attack, 6 gen, bad tech, bad luck, but what are you going to do about it? Millinor and Yggdra both have no equipment, so we'll look here to see if there's anything that we'd be interested in equipping. The answer is probably no, honestly. I mean, we could equip this Snipe Glass just to be kind of funny. I mean, it's not as though it's a bad play. So I guess I'll give Millinor the Snipe Glass. And Yggdra can... Yeah, we'll equip Princess Dress. Why not? Just for I don't know. Just for the sake of doing it. Alright, so let's equip our standard setup of cards. The unfortunate thing about Sanctuary in these last few maps is it's completely useless, because starting from the map inside Bronchia Castle, we're on fixed time maps, and none of them are fixed at noon, so Sanctuary doesn't have an effect anymore. It's one of the reasons that I usually don't use it as much as I did in this playthrough. But it is really strong, so I don't really regret it. We're going to bring Kiss of Death, because I believe this is a fixed night map. And Kiss of Death is pretty decent. And then I'm going to bring a couple movement cards. And this is our setup. So looking at geography, we've got 1 water square, we've got a bunch of wastelands. So Millinor and Durant are both going to go wild here, because Durant, as a Dragon Knight, has Wasteland advantage as well. And if we can get Nietzsche to that water square, she's also going to do pretty good. There's enemies here, so let's go ahead and get started. The Holy Sword was never an innately just weapon. Used for evil, the Grand Centurio is a cursed sword. But I swore at my coronation to use it for justice. as long as my will drives it, mine and that of my friends. You tell him. We cannot let this foul creature reach heaven. This will all be for nothing if he starts a war up here. It's now or never. O holy sword, lend us the power to fulfill our wish. By the title of La Pucelle and my sovereignty, illuminate our chosen path, the way to peace. Alright, so, Nessia. Nessia has, of course, his usual card, which we only have encountered once before, which is, Reincarnation. He also has pretty high stats. 6 gen is nothing to scoff at, obviously. 5 attack, not bad. 6 tech, incredible. 3 luck, not that big a deal. He drops an item that we don't care about, really. He also has no battle penalty, and voids ailments. He's good against skeletons, but that's not the relevant part. So no battle penalty means piling on him with a giant union doesn't necessarily work. Void ailments means gravity chaos doesn't do as good of a work as usual. He's got the high status and 9,300 morale. He's pretty tough. He really is. And that's before we get into the fact that Reincarnation, it revives his entire unit as the weapon type that you are weak to. He only can use it once, unlike Sanctuary, but it is still incredibly powerful. In addition, now we look at the other enemies here. The Astarte look like Valkyries, but they are not. They're reverse Valkyries. They avoid Dark and are weak to Holy. So Yggdra's pretty good against them. I believe these are regular golems, and I believe these are regular skeletons. So, yeah, we're fixed Knight here, so Roswell's stuck on very specific squares, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Okay, so what we're looking to do, ideally, we don't really want to fight this Astarte right now, because that'll pull Nessia into the Union. If we fight this one, we can fight all of these random assorted dudes, skeletons and golems and stuff, and that's fine. We don't mind that. So we can get there pretty easily. We can get Nietzsche to the water pretty easily. One, two, three, four, 5. Get Yggdra to the position to extend a union. We have 3 pretty easily. 6, 7. Okay, and another thing to be aware of is the card power of Reincarnation is 8,200, so don't lose if you can avoid it. Obviously, that is the case usually, but it really hurts when you lose on this map. Alright, so if we go Sanctuary, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that would get that union. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be a 4 union. Or we could go Roswell in and not move Yggdra at all. Yeah, I think that's what we do. And we're going to use Sanctuary because we're trying to use a power card that we're not actually able to use for anything valuable. So if we do this, everybody's got a really strong attack. I would like to get Nietzsche onto that water square. That's kind of where she wants to live for the rest of the map, but on turn 1, this is probably the best place for her. Alright. Pretty strong hit. Roswell obviously beats skeletons. That's kind of baked into their classes. Basically, we're trying to defeat as many enemies as possible on turn 1 without pulling Nessia in, because we don't really want to fight him and take an 8200 morale hit. That would be bad. Because there's no defensive terrain to really mitigate here. And yeah, it wouldn't be 8200 probably, but it would be pretty significant. Alright, get that win. Get rid of that skeleton. Also, it's nice to get rid of these enemies that can't union, so that we don't have to worry about them charging. Alright, easy enough. Good job, everybody. Also, the enemies here are pretty high level, so we get pretty good experience, which is nice. We like getting experience. Alright, I think we don't use the last movement square, so we just pass. Nessie is not going to move. That's kind of not his thing. Also, his team only has a movement of 2 because of this card, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so we're going to have to pull Nessia in on this next attack. I think we are going to go ahead and use a slightly weaker card. So let's go with Crusade. Move Nietzsche here. Huh? There's something shiny here. It's the Transmicro Gem. It's that whole reason that we killed all those Undeeds back at the beginning of the game. Because they were looking for the Transmicro Gem. Alright. So, anyway. Now that's over with. So this puts... like that. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay. Do that. Nietzsche against Nessia is an okay matchup, but I would prefer Durant, I think, because Durant as a Scythe unit can't actually get countered as in terms of enemy type. Okay, Roswell has a pretty good matchup against the Astarte, because, if I'm remembering correctly, and I think I am, they go aggressive with Dark Element, which he voids. There we go. We just don't do anything here. We keep our hands off the buttons. That extra 50% power is not necessary, but it doesn't hurt. That crit was completely unnecessary, we all know that. It actually is probably a bad thing that we crit there, because I wanted to get Nessia to use Reincarnation at the very beginning of the fight, so that Durant would have a better chance of just kind of soaking through it. As it is, the charge is irrelevant here, unless it is an incredible charge. So essentially, oh, he's... okay, yeah, he's high, so he starts here anyway. Not much I can do about that, though. Yeah, so when Reincarnation can't find a valid target, it kind of doesn't do anything. Which is why we wanted to use Durant there, because Durant does pretty good. And the starts are all gone. You're already finished with all my starts. Bravo, Yggdra. It seems I've underestimated you. All this means, though, is that playtime is over. Yep. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. And I could Gravity Chaos and go for the win here. He does void ailments, but he doesn't void the damage. But I don't really want to go Gravity Chaos against him. It's not that good against him, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because of the fact that he has 6 gen and voids the ailment and revives his unit. We're just gonna use a movement card to get Millinor into position. Let's go over here. Okay. There's an item in the game that if you have, you can visit this square multiple times, and it'll give you a different item. Yeah, that's a thing. Alright, so what we're gonna do... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shield barrier. Okay, so Nietzsche is marked as horrendously outclassed, and so is Roswell, but Shield Barrier is a very good card. So let's see how this goes. Not necessary, but I'll take it. Because he has 6 gen, obviously he is in confused state for quite a long time. We're gonna go aggressive since we got the crit, so we're gonna take deal as much damage as possible. I believe he's not in high state anymore, which is part of the reason why Nietzsche and Roswell are both marked as disadvantaged. You can beat him in high, though, if you end up in that position. It's just that the Astart will always kind of... when you union with them... Okay, guys, stop critting. You don't need to crit to beat him. I swear. I'm tempted to restart, so I stop critting. Stop it, guys. Alright, Roswell can't win here. Just based on what I can see. So books, if I'm remembering correctly, books kind of counter Rods to begin with. But Roswell not winning here is fine because it allows Nietzsche to No, I should actually just die and not let him reincarnate. Because if he reincarnates, then I'll take more damage. Yeah, this is fine. Because Nietzsche should be able to win with double duration shield barrier. We take a massive chunk of damage here. It's not that big a deal, though. Also, we've got water advantage, so we're doing pretty good on that regard. Double duration shield barrier, it really is a heck of a drug. It's a very strong ability. Probably should have just let it go all the way. It's all good. These things happen. Alright. So, not good, but whatever. Not a big deal. Oh no, he's still alive. What are we gonna do? It doesn't matter. As long as he doesn't crit both Yggdra and Millenor, we're fine. Of course, Yggdra and Millenor both got crits, so, you know... Also, you gotta be careful with this guy. He does have 6 gen, 6 tech, so he's got really good charges and really good defenses. Though Millenor does have the Snipe Blast equipped, so that's always something we can take to the bank. We need to go aggressive. We need to win before we get before we end up in Reincarnations before Reincarnation gets unleashed. Because Yggdra won't be able to win without it, or with that when it happens. Sorry, what am I even talking about? Jeez. So 10% damage, not very good. We're immediately going to use Shield Barrier. He's going to use Reincarnation. It's going to suck, but there's not much we can do about that. So it's sword units now against Millenor, but we do have Wasteland advantage and Shield Barrier. We should actually still win this. Just a little closer than we'd like, you know. Then we get Roswell, and Roswell gets 0 reset, and then Michi wins the battlefield. That's the idea. Snipe Blast! Could have done with one of those night advantage equipment, or night advantage equipments on Roswell. That could have been good for specifically this map, specifically this fight. I'm trying. Roswell tries. He's doing pretty good. All things considered. I'm sorry. I don't know why that's still on. I definitely shouldn't have let go of the shield barrier early, or I should have let it go of it a little earlier. That was my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I messed up. But we didn't get a 0 reset, so I don't really care. Oh, come on! I hate crits, man. Every time. Every time. I hate crits. I hate them in both directions. I hate enemy crits. I hate player crits. They're both bad. Alright. Whatever. Beat him up. Okay, so get out of here. Freaking getting a crit, ruining my strategy. I will admit I messed up with the Roswell. Roswell should have won that. This can't be. How could I? My love for this world is stronger than any hatred. As white hot as your anger burned, it could not withstand a sovereign's responsibility. Yeah, okay. Not a kingdom, not an empire. You lost to the entire world. Yeah, Yggdra, okay. You're, that's a very full of yourself way of saying things. Alright. What? After defeating Golkasa, I am now the world's sole monarch. Is that so? I have lost. Undone by the holy sword I myself created. I promised Kylie I would forsake the sword after this. I swore to create a new world without war. That is our one wish, our most fervent desire. Ha! So your wish for peace has conquered my hatred. So be it. Then you work towards this fabled world of peace. We will see what kind of future reflects upon these blind eyes. Yep. Yep. Okay. Is it over? I can't say for sure. At the very least, we've stopped him. Great, but how do we stop this island? How far up are we? It's floating, in case anyone was curious. According to Nessia, we will pass through Heaven's Gate. Which means... What are we gonna do? I mean, we're all still living. I don't know, but the Holy Sword is still resonating. There's something beyond here. I'm certain of it. Then let us proceed ahead, to heaven. Alright. Next time, Heaven's Gate. For now, though, thanks for watching. This has been JetSP, signing out. I'm still a little peeved about the getting crit thing, and I'm also mad at myself for messing up and not winning that one clash with Roswell. He totally had it. He totally had it. I just messed up. Oh well. These things happen. Alright, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.